Assalamualaikum. Hi guys, let me introduce myself. My name is Rahmadani Amelia Syafitri. In this video, I would like to show you about my research in article with title The Evaluation of English Textbook for Grade 7 of Junior High School in Indonesia. Textbooks are considered as the vital and crucial element in English language teaching. Inappropriate textbook can be found if the textbook does not match with the learner's need and characteristic, such as age of the learners, level of learners, and also the learning style of the learners. If the textbook are not appropriate with age, level, and learning style of the learners, it could mislead learners. TOEIC 2010 describes that Coursebook analysis and evaluation help the teachers to improve them and help them to attain useful insights into the basis of material. The aim of the research: to evaluate English textbooks for junior high school for the 7th grade entitled When English Rings a Bell Revised Edition. To what extent does the English textbooks for the 7th grade of junior high school entitled When English Rings a Bell Revised Edition fulfill the criteria of a good English textbooks based on related theories in terms of practical consideration, layout and design, activities, skills, language type, subject, and content? Textbook evaluation can be very useful in teacher development and professional growth. Chillingsworth, 1995, and Ellis, 1997, suggest that textbooks evaluation helps teachers move beyond impressionistic assessment, and it helps them to acquire useful, accurate, systematic, and contextual insights into the overall nature of textbooks material. There are many reasons for evaluating the textbooks. Little John, 1998, claims materials analysis and evaluation enable us to see inside the materials and to take more control of their design and use. Tip from Leeds Teacher Textbooks Evaluation Checklist. It covers practical consideration 5 items, layout and design 8 items, activities 7 items, skills 5 items, language type 6 items, subject and content 5 items. This research uses qualitative research design that applies a descriptive study as its framework. Coursebook, 2012. Two data collection methods are employed in this research: document analysis and interview. To make the present research more reliable, 2 English teachers at one of junior high school in Bengkulu are involved as respondents, and also the second and the third evaluator of the textbook. Data collections are document analysis and interview. The procedure of analyzing data are: first, analyzing and interpreting the data; second, interviewing the second and the third evaluator as interrogator; and the third, reporting the results of the research descriptively. Almost all of the points are checklisted by evaluator. 2 from the evaluator not agree with point 4. The teacher's guide, workbook, and audio tapes accompany the textbooks. In point 1, all of the evaluators are not agree. The textbook includes a detailed overview of the functions, structures, and vocabulary that will be taught in each unit. Evaluator almost agree with all of the point, but 2 from 3 evaluators are not agree with point 4. The grammar, points are vocabulary items are introduced in motivating and realistic context. All of the evaluators are not agree with point 4. The textbook highlight and practice natural pronunciation. In this number, the evaluators are not agree with 3 points. For the first is they are not agree with that this textbook use authentic. Second is about grammar are presented with brief and easy example, and the last is about the language represent. The evaluators are not agree with there is sufficient variety in the subject and content of the textbooks, and 2 from 3 evaluators are not agree with the subject and content of the book is interesting, challenging, and motivating. Based on the result and discussion above, it can be concluded that in general, when English rings a bell revised edition, textbook is considered good English textbooks based on Leeds teacher textbooks evaluation checklist in several aspects.